I never thought I would have such a great time being a cat. Cats are normally so lazy and selfish and cute and cuddly and loud and scratchy that I honestly couldn't fathom a video game where you play as a hyper-realistic cat. Then Stray was announced. Thus began an almost 2-year-long wait to hop into a post-apocalyptic, cyberpunk-inspired world where you traverse and engage your surroundings as a cat. Announced for the PlayStation 4, 5, and PC, the game is a beautiful mixture of nature reclaiming a post-human world filled only by robotic NPCs who may or may not be more than they seem. If you haven't played Stray yet, turn off this video now and go play it. It's a shorter game capable of being beaten in 4 or 5 hours, even while taking your time and doing extra quests. Once you finish, come back and we can talk about the game a little more. So, the story goes that you are a cat in a cat family doing your little cat thing when your cat jumps on a rusted pipe that breaks and separates you from your #catfam. The game from then on becomes a survive the world and return to your family story until you notice that in the world, there are contextual signs of someone asking for help. Following the signs and arrows leads you into an apartment where there is a computer asking for help, transferring into a physical body. Once you help the computer find a host body, it mentions that it used to work for a scientist, gives you a backpack and joins you on your quest. No prompting required.
Oh, it hates it. The cat hates it. I love this. It's like, get this shit off my body.
Once you leave the apartment, the robot remembers something called outside and that it had promised it would meet someone there, thus beginning the true quest of the game. The game is actually about the robot finding its purpose through memories that can be found throughout the world and the cat companion as the silent hero protagonist and able-bodied sidekick. There are essentially 3 different acts with several areas to explore. The first act takes you through the sewer system and through a dead city to a small encampment of robots, which becomes your open world for the first act. Small splinterings occur in the story, leading you to move away from the hub world for story-related missions, but almost all of your exploration will remain in one area for most of the acts. Progression is made linearly, meaning that despite having a small open world to explore, the story will not progress until previous requirements are met, unlocking new areas and exploration paths. But what's a story without antagonists, right? In this world, there are antagonistic creatures known as Zurks. They will attack the cat on sight and need to be avoided while traversing the world and solving puzzles laid out for the player to conquer. In addition to the Zurks, there are also drone turrets, which serve as the police in a later section, which will attack on sight as well. Your job as cat connoisseur is to help the B12 robot get to the outside while simultaneously helping the 4 robots known as outsiders return to the outside world. I don't want to talk too much about the story elements themselves as they are something that I believe need to be experienced, but if you really want to, there are a ton of Let's Plays on offer, including my own. There are 2 flavors of Let's Play that you can watch, the full no commentary playthrough and the stream VOD with webcam and chat. Personally, I think the VOD option would be the way to go, but that's just a personal preference.
Immediately, it's broken. I did this. What the fuck? Okay, nope, I broke this game. This game is broken. You're welcome. Holy... What the... Oh my god, only I could do this. I hate myself. I fucking hate myself.
I initially thought that this would be a game where you'd slink around as a cat causing all kinds of cat mayhem, but it turns out that's not the case. Instead, what you get is an existential story about the complexities of human lives and emotions and the general thoughtfulness about the purpose of robots in a post-human world. The robots are all very expressive, as if to be experiencing their own emotions, and they eat and drink as if they need it to continuously survive. Several robots even pose the question of whether or not robots are made the way they are to emulate humans, and none of the robots we encounter ever view this as a bad thing, even stating that they looked up to humans. As far as mechanics go, there aren't a whole lot in this game to talk about. The cat can run, jump, meow, and interact with its surroundings in a contextual-based manner, pushing things off ledges, curling up against robots, knocking things down off of walls, among other things. There are quite a lot of things to do in the world, but in terms of commands and button prompts, the list is actually quite small. This is great as it means you can play the game without being overwhelmed by large button combinations or remembering what buttons do, Everything is laid out for the player in a simple and easy digestible way, making it easy to immerse the player into the world of cyberpunk robots. The game doesn't have very many battles or fights. There are action set pieces where your main goal is to run away from the oncoming attackers and survive onslaughts of enemies. There aren't very many ways to defend yourself, save for one section which quickly gets taken away from you. The game is all about environmental puzzle solving in a linear fashion. For example, your first set of quests is to find the outsider, talk to said outsider, find all of their notebooks, talk to the outsider again and help them fix a communication tower, and so on and so forth. Each puzzle you solve will trigger the next in a series of linear but logical steps to help you and B12 the robot escape to the outside world. One of the coolest parts of the game for me personally was viewing the world from a new angle. Having the camera sit below waist height on the robot characters lends itself to essentially a brand new point of view and makes the world look and feel so much larger than you. Programming. Alright, let's go follow. There you are. Oh, was he looking for us? That's cute. I think I broke the game again. I think I broke the game again. Being able to explore places you normally wouldn't and seeing the detail of the world from a smaller viewpoint adds to the immersion that I explained earlier. There were actually a few times that I forgot I was playing a video game. Visually, the game is stunning. There are small traces of the cyberpunk elements in the early game with broken neon signs and dilapidated buildings, all emanating an unnatural glow. There are construction plots left abandoned due to the threat of the Zerk invasion and disgusting tendrils all over the walls and pillars of buildings. The visual presentation of the world does a lot for the game in presenting the tone and story of the world. There's a lot of environmental storytelling happening as well, but I feel like that would only be apparent on a second or third playthrough after uncovering the mysteries of the main plotline for the first time. Despite finding the game to look absolutely amazing, I undoubtedly played the game on the worst version, playing on a PlayStation 4 Pro. Playing on PC or PlayStation 5 would definitely increase the visual fidelity, as the version that I played on, there was a lot of texture pop-ins and obvious downscaling of models to fit into the architecture of previous gen hardware. I haven't yet purchased the PC version as of the recording of this video, but I would imagine that the game looks much better on PC, with more graphics options to complement an already great looking game. With all of that being said, play this game. Stray is available for $30 on Steam and on PlayStation 4 and 5. If you're a PlayStation Plus Extra or Premium tier member, you get the game for free with your higher tier subscription. Sorry, PS Plus Essential tier, you get left out of this one. With a ton of different ways to play the game, I'm just a little sad that it's not available for the Nintendo Switch, since the game has a pick up and play nature that I feel would be great for the portable gamer on the go. So far, Stray is only available for PC and the PlayStation family of home consoles, with no word so far on whether we'll be seeing Stray on the Xbox family of consoles as well. But from what we've heard, Stray is a timed exclusive, meaning that soon enough, we could be meowing our heart's content on an Xbox One or Series branded console. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. As you might have heard, doing so helps the channel's reach, and while you're here, why not write something nice down in the comments? Maybe a part you liked in the video, or something you liked about the game, or maybe even something completely unrelated. Engagement on this video will tell YouTube that people like it, and maybe it should push the video to other people as well. Check out the no commentary video using the iCard earlier, or check out the full VOD playthrough from my Twitch stream using the annotation. If you want to see me play these games live, consider joining my Discord channel where I announce any Twitch streams upcoming and ongoing. And lastly, I just want to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. It means a lot to me. Even if you don't do any of the things I mentioned, your viewership means a lot. So thank you, and see you next time.